What's up? It's your boy Phantom Fortnite Ghost. Let me just let the people pass before we start. Okay, let's start the video. So, today we're playing Fortnite, but it's not gonna be a regular Fortnite. Fortnite's just like to interest you while I tell you a story about the time I got into a fight with one of my best friends. Okay, so before we even start the story, we need some context. Because a lot of people say they use the term. But when I say this man best friends, I mean best friends. So this takes place around age 7, 8. I don't think it was 6. So 7 or 8. So me and this dude, let's call him Fade. Me and this dude Fade, like we've been friends for a while. Like so on my 10th birthday or so, like I invited a whole bunch of people. Some of those people were my friends. And those are like the first time I invited actual friends over to come hang out at my house. So this dude Dave was over once before that, before my 10th birthday, before the big party, like this dude was before. So he was really my one friend that's ever came. Like he came over before like everything came over. So now that you have context like how much about you wanted to do, bro. That you have context. Me and him, we've gotten big. Now, and this story is what I'm talking to you about. Now that you get the concept of how much growth we do. So, this starts around in the 7th grade. This first fight, the cafeteria. So, it's a normal day at lunch. I'm talking to some of the other girls. Let's call them James, Jack, and Jacob. I might change those names. I'm sorry. Let's say James, Jack, and Jacob. Dave comes over. I don't remember exactly what had happened, but man was mad at me for some reason. So we're over here talking. Jacob, like over here, chilling. Because like Fade, he was a cool dude. A lot of people always got mad at him, including his other friends. Like always got mad at him. So they over here hyping me up. Fade really Fade wants to smoke. I'm not that bad. But like Fade really he really wants. Like he's all up. He wants to start off with a simple talk, and then we get into our little fight, we'll get into our little fight, don't matter. And then Speed like does some kind of, right before he does some kind of like spin move or something like that, don't remember, but he did some type of like spin move, and he was about to like hit me. I think he was going for the face, like he was about to hit me with this spin move, like just try to like punch, like as like I'm telling you, like he really like he was spinning around with the fist curl, like he's trying to punch me. And like, right before he did that, I think they got a tree. This was like, he wanted me dead. Like, not dead, but he wanted me hurt. Like, he wanted me. He wanted all. So that instant, I was like, you're gonna die. You brought this pain upon yourself. I was like, yo, you ever seen that one episode of Naruto? The movie where he's fighting Pain, and he's like, and Pain's like, the world shall know pain. Like, after I realized that he was being off the pain, I was like, I'm really about to kill this. So I pull up to the block. Like, it's like I had the shotting gun for a second. Everything started going kind of smooth. Not really, but I just feel like I could kind of see his movements better. Like, I could just see Faye's movements better. Like, and let me give you one more context. Like, at the time for lunch, because this was in the cafeteria, at the time for lunch, we were pretty much, we had like these granola packets, kind of, like, they tasted really good, because I like granola. I like all types of bars and candies, so like, the granola packet, it was like, it tasted really good. It was a nice snack, and it came in like, one of the things the granola packet came in was kind of like this circular box type thing, like, circular box, no, it was like circular, it came in this like, circular type thing. And like, and it had like a plastic over it, so you kind of had to rip the plastic off before you could actually put your hand in it and eat like a regular, like, sanitary precaution. As like, I have like, there's one on the table, I'm not sure if it was mine or not. Like, and it was like open already, and it had some of the plastic on it still. Like, just a little bit of the plastic left over. Like, you know how, like, when you rip something, and it has, like, a little bit of the thing you ripped off at the edge still? Like, it has a little bit of, like, when you open something, and it kind of has, like, a little bit of the thing you have left off at the edge. Whether it be, like, a little plastic, you know, or just regular plastic. Like, it has, like, when you rip it, it has, like, a little thing left off at the edge. So that basically had that with the plastic. And like a circular container. And as I said before, it's like, I feel like I can see it kind of like everything is going slow. You wanted to go at me. Now you shall feel my wrath. Like, he was going to get this move, whether he wanted it or not. Like, I was already warming up, so even if he stopped my punch, like, I'm already trying to kill this dude, so, like, there's no stopping me. He didn't stop one punch, but even if he did, like, I'm already out of blood. There's no, like, no, you're not, no. This dude was, like, right dead. Like, I was about to bury him 5 feet under. And yes, I know saying it's 6 feet under, but I wasn't, like, trying to kill him. I was just, like, he wanted to smoke, and he was, like, about to get the smoke. So as he's spinning, like, I told you, like, I could see him slowing. And by this time, I had already picked up the plastic. I moved the plastic. And I'm like, I, like, see him. And I just move my hand up at the perfect time. Direct shot. Like, Fade was about to get hit. Directly in the face. Like, no doubt about it. G, nigga was dead. Like, no. He was coming in the direction to face me. Keep in mind, Fade is standing up as I'm sitting down. Like, he was coming to a point where his spin, he was coming to the point of his spin where he was, like, facing me directly. Like, he was coming to that point of his spin where he was just, like, looking at me. So a little before he completely finishes his spin to the point where he could, like, directly see me and get all that shot, I pick up the plastic, like, I start pushing my hand, and by the time my hand has fully reached the point where it could hit his face, he's already fully turned around. So the plastic directly hits Fade's face, causing him to stop in his tracks with the compact of a plastic just bang, hitting him. Plastic. Like, he had no chance. Like, I timed it, like, so perfectly. Like, when Sasuke and Naruto were fighting, like, Sasuke was just timing all the Naruto's moves so perfectly, and, like, dodging, blocking, and then hitting it back to his own. That was easy. So, basically, I stopped Fade in his tracks. I timed it so perfectly, and I hit him directly in the face with the fist. The details after that were a bit like unnecessary. Like, the regular, the voice of James, Jacob, and Jack were all like, "Oh my God, you just whooped him," and all that stuff, like getting hype. And their face kind of over there, mad, like kind of mad, like what's going on? Like, they choose to go like this, like. Fate over there, and like that concludes Act 1. Now Act 2, yeah, like Fate was out for blood again, but this time, I was out for blood too. I wasn't that mad to the point like just literally trying to kill Fate. Like, this time, I was out for blood too. Like I was mad. So, for Act 2, basically what happened was, me and Fade, yeah, we also went to, like, summer camp for a bit. Like, we both went to summer camp. Fade, I think he was also in summer school for a while, so he had like, a direct thing, like, always, like, coming late. I think it was him. I was definitely one of the smarter ones of my, like, all my classes. I just got smart, like, I would, like, the teachers even said if I ever have a son, I want him to be exactly like me. And, like, there was this girl in my class, they were like, they ever have a daughter, like her. We were both, like, smart compared to everybody else. And I think we were just smart in general. And when it came to cards, like, and just like any game, even though we were smart, we were nowhere near. If it came to any games, cards, or whatever, like, without a doubt, we were with you. We were smart, but we were not nerds. So, here's Act 2. It comes in kind of late. Like, me and Dave, we just chilling. Like, in the back, like, there's a little round table that most teachers have in their classes. Like, they have the regular table set up, then they have, like, the round table that's kind of like a curvish, maybe not a full round circle. So, we're basically just sitting there. I don't remember what we were doing for after school at the time, but it wasn't, like, that's not really important. So basically we're there with our pencils. And pens, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I know how to do this one now. So basically we're there with our pencils and pens. Like, I don't know what stupidness, like, started this fight with me and Fade. Well, basically what happened is, we're there and he's like, and Fade was like, kick me. Yeah, I bet you will kick me. He's trying to hype me up, like, under the table, and I'm like, bet. So I kicked him. Like, doing the little footsie thing. It's going back and forth. Then we kind of, after we go back and forth for like a good 30 seconds. Like, we both just, we get up, like, fast. Not that fast, but like, we get up, like, and at this point, I think, like, once we get up and we kind of start, and one of us said our first words as we're standing up. And, like, I think at that point, like, the class is already looking at us, and the teacher is like, I bet the teacher's thinking she's about to have to shut down, like, so we kind of moved, because, like, we were on different sides of the table. We weren't standing, like, sitting, like, next to each other, like, side by side. He was, like, on the one side of the table, and I was on the other, me and Fade. Like, so it was, like, since we were both on one side of the table, was kind of more of a situation where it's like we're both like on one part of the table, like, so we kind of like shimmy, I guess, our way to the other side, I guess. So as we were like making our way to the other side, oh, it's kind of like me and Fade are like there. Fade like either has a pen in his hand or there was a pen behind him. So the whole class is looking at us now like we're just talking trash, like giving each other the smoke, like shit, like we talking, we're giving each other the like bad stuff. Like, we're literally just destroying each other with words. So me and Fade both. Like without a second thought, our teacher's right there trying to lit up the fire already. But I'm telling you, we did not care about that. All we cared about was making sure the other one understood that their demise was inevitable. Like, we both became damaged. Like you were only delaying the inevitable. No, like you couldn't tell us anything. So like it kind of as if we were like sync, me and Fate both. Like we just rush at each other. And remember that pen I had told you about before? That was behind Fader that he already had? Well, he picked that stuff up. Well, he had that stuff in his ran ready to like jab at a G. Like, I'm telling you, like, my G wanted to like, he was like trying to kill me or something. I'm not trying to kill him, but he had the pen, like, and he wasn't scared to use it. Like, my G had a pen, and he was gonna use it. The pen wasn't there for show. Like, he probably couldn't have done anything that bad with it. Like, his teacher, it wasn't really a strong teacher though. She could have broken up a fight with Fade at least. But with Fade at least, because like Fade was pretty short. So like, as like we're rushing at each other, we just go dash, like, and we like connect. But like one hand was connecting, like in the other where they both hit me, and the other hand's kind of like defense, so we can't actually push each other, but we're like pushing each other. The teacher's in the middle too, so he's kind of and we're just raging like, we're both trying to push each other's hands to get a kill. So we needed like the satisfaction of pushing each other. Needed, like it was a necessity. Like if you didn't have that, like what was the point? So like I liked the teacher that was setting it up too, but like I feel like after this fight there was a bit of that was breaking it up. But like I feel like after this fight I still liked the teacher. She was a nice teacher, but I feel like after this fight there was a bit of bad blood. So me and like Fade, like we're over here like support each other. Fade has the pen in the hand he's also using for like defense. So like if he had an opening, he would have like jammed it down. So like finally, like we're just going at it. Either of us get a good hit at each other, maybe like a few wongs, a few wiggles, and then we just really hit each other. And then after that, like we're just trying to, like the teacher finally breaks it up, like, and then after school the teachers kind of had different shifts, so we kind of have different teachers throughout the day, if you get it, like, but we knew all of them, and and then on certain days there was a point where they all might have been there, but like if you understand, like the teachers kind of took shifts, so there was like the teachers weren't all there at the same time. If you understand, like they would be there at like separate times. So like, cause they have like the different shifts. So like, if the day started at like 12:30, another teacher would be at like 1:30 or 2 or like like, no, let's say the day started like April, like a regular school day, because it's summer camp, not summer school, although they did have some thing. So basically, like, for like 2 hours, one teacher's like with us, and then another teacher comes in for like 1 hour 30, and then they switch out with then another teacher comes in 5 minutes before they, and then like, there's like, could be like two teachers in the building, like, helping us out, like, at the same time, usually. So, after she breaks it up, the other teacher comes in shortly, and I'm like ready to punch both these teachers, or counselors, as we call them. Like, I'm ready, like, I'm like, I wanted them gone. But I didn't. After she breaks up the fight, me and Faye did, like, some of the boys kind of cheered me on for a little, kind of like, you know, he was trying to use a pen, like, you would have probably still beat him up, like, you were winning, and stuff like that. Like, I didn't really care about that, but, like, it was nice. There's a few people on my side. I kind of felt bad for Faye, though, because I didn't really, I didn't want to fight him, but he was pushing it. He was pushing it for the, like, to say the least. He was pushing it, and he wanted the smoke. Like, he said, kick me, so I kicked him. Like, rewind to a certain part if you want to hear when I kicked him. So at that point, when the other teacher walks in, the first teacher basically, let's name them Miss 1 and Miss 2. So Miss 1 is basically telling Miss 2 what happened. Miss 2 is getting the basic information. She's trying to figure out what to do in the situation. And since I did technically hit first, I'm not gonna try to lie. I might have tried to lie at that specific moment in time, but like right now, like, there's really no point in lying. Like, I think I technically did hit first, although he was telling me like hit me, and all that stuff. I probably shouldn't have hit him. So I did technically hit first. So she's out there like screaming at me like Miss 2 after Miss 1 tells me what happened. I'm really ready to punch this teacher. Although I liked her, like, I was mad already. She was getting on my nerves more than I already was. I was already mad. She was getting better than I already was, like, getting on my nerves more than she needed to already. So basically, they have the nerve to send me to a different class, as Fade stayed in there. Luckily, the other class was pretty lit. I think they tried to crack down on me a little, like they tried to kind of like put me to the side, give me that little shun face the teachers do when other teachers bring you into your class, like the little like, I can't believe you trash, like that shun face that they try to give you like when you did something wrong. But really, all that was happening was they were watching a movie, so I ended up just watching the movie with them, and that's it for Act 2. And like after that, that was basically it. And like after Act 2, there wasn't really much fights being Fade had. We might have had little altercations, but that was basically it. And me and Fade, we're friends to this day. He kind of moved, but like some of his family's still around here, so I ask about him sometime. Like, but me and Fade, we're still friends to this day. So I wonder how he's doing, but it's not like after that we became enemies. It was just altercation. After being friends for a while, you're gonna have your fights, like so. So we're still friends to this day. But like those are the two fights we had. Even though I won, like couldn't touch me, like he couldn't, even if he wanted to. And we're out.